for one. Well, here's the thing. You have the conversation before they go in for one. That way you don't have an awkward moment. So, before that moment happens, you are going to say to them, hey, I just want to let you know I'm using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule to help me make sure that I do choose the right partner for myself. Because I don't want to commit to someone I don't know. So I'm not going to kiss anybody unless I know them for at least 3 months. Now, that being said, they should respect that. Like, you set the date. You actually took out your phone and you, or like, what's today? Today is November 18th. So you go, like our first date was November 18th. So December, January, February. So on February 18th, if we still want to have our first kiss, then we'll have our first kiss on that date. If between now and then, like, I'm not saying there's not going to be moments, right? Like, if you really like this person, you're going to start being affectionate. If you appreciate who they are, and I don't want you to be affectionate because you're afraid of losing the opportunity. I want you to be affectionate because they're kind, because they're thoughtful, because they show up. And so you're going to like who they are because they're showing you that they are a good person, a generous long-term person. They're chivalrous. They, they don't fade away because you're not getting what they want when they want it. So if shortly after telling them you're using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule, they move in for a kiss, I want you to do this. Literally, I want you, no. Like, be assertive. You need to be assertive. There are people who are going to try. Be assertive. Don't let them kiss you. You may, as you become affectionate, automatically start to go for that kiss because you like them and that's what you want to do. You're going to stop yourself. Like, guys, if you read No More Assholes, there's a story that I put in there, and like all my books have stories in them because I don't just tell, I show. And so there's a story in No More Assholes where I'm slow dancing in the kitchen with this really amazing man who was driving 2 hours to come see me, even though I was using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. He liked me that much. And I was, making supper, and he put some music on, and he came in the kitchen, and I went over to hug him because we were affectionate with each other, because we liked each other. And so I went and I put my arms around him, and I had my head up against his chest, and then we started moving, and we were like slow dancing in the kitchen. And without thinking, I went for the kiss. I went, oh, right? Turned my head at the last second because, wait a second, I'm not kissing you before 3 months is up. I'm waiting for that date. We have a kiss date. So there's going to be moments that are going to be like funny, and like, oh my God, like we almost just kissed. Those things are going to happen, but you need to not kiss them, because I didn't end up kissing this amazing man who was driving 2 hours to come see me, who was respecting me, who was being so kind, so sweet to me. I didn't kiss him because my husband won me back before I got to that 3-month anniversary. Had I kissed that one, I probably wouldn't be in this marriage today, because if I'd started kissing him and my husband wanted to win me back, I would have said, you're too late. I'm with somebody already. So no kissing for 3 months helped me make sure I ended up in the right relationship. But if you tell him shortly after you've introduced this rule, he goes in, he tries to get that kiss, that's disrespectful. It is disrespectful. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect your boundaries. He doesn't respect the words coming out of your mouth. He doesn't respect your goals, and he doesn't respect how you are trying to achieve your goals. Tips for getting over a breakup. You want to cry. You want to grieve. It's okay to grieve. Don't hold that stuff back. Let your emotions happen. But make sure that you're moving forward. You have to redefine your next relationship. And in No More Assholes, before I get into the meat of how you should be dating, how to get in the right mindset, how to define your next relationship, the first thing I talk about is first things first. You need to leave the past behind. You need to get over that pain so that you don't vomit it into your next relationship. How do I know if he's slowly pulling away from me? He's not available for you. He's not as available. Like somebody whose intention is to win your heart. When you call, he picks up the phone. When you text, he replies, and he doesn't make you wait a day to get back to you when you reach out to him. How do I know if I made the right decision to break up? Do a pros and cons about this person. Obviously, you don't have enough clarity. So define your next relationship. Be objective about it. Don't wrap your next relationship around who this person was to try and make them fit and convince yourself maybe you should go back to them. So define your next relationship. Be super objective about it and compare it to who they were and say, is that what I want? Like, I mean, when I look at this and I look at that, this should be a level up regardless, right? It should be a level up, because the space between relationships is where you need to define something better than what you left behind. Hey, everybody. Did you guys get notifications? Did you get a notification that I was live? By the way, if anybody ever wants a notification when I go live, you have to be following me. So press the follow button if you're not following me yet. And then you press my picture, and it's going to give you a pop-up in the bottom, and you're going to get a little bell in the bottom right-hand corner. And you click on the bell, and it gives you a notification when I go live. My ex keeps saying he's not ready to be in a relationship, but he said he wants to marry me. Translation. I don't want the responsibility of making you happy, but I still want to get in your pants. Don't fall for it. Because if he wants to marry you, he's in the relationship with you. He doesn't risk losing you. So you say, that's great to know. Let me know when you're ready. Maybe I'll still be available. Leave it at that. And in your mind, for yourself and your emotions, you cut this relationship off. You get over it. You define your next relationship. If he comes back to you wanting to get back in a relationship, you've defined your next relationship objectively. You should be saying to him, I'm sorry, the man you are is no longer the man I want to be with, because what I've redefined is a level up from what I left behind. Do need to grab no more assholes. I left him, ended it. He missed out. That's right. That's right. My friends think family comes first, boyfriend second, but no, they're wrong. My friends think family comes first and boyfriend second. So here's what should be happening. Your parents should be raising you to become an independent adult who will create their own family unit. Now, I'm not saying exclude your family, because we should be tribal. Fundamentally, right? We should be tribal. But your family, your partner, your children, the unit you create comes first and foremost. Like, let's say you're in the jungle and you have enough food for 2 people. Are you going to give it to your parents and die? Or are you going to give it to yourself and your child? The family comes first. The family comes first. Because the children need to be raised, and they need role models. They need to see their parents aligned together, not you with your family still and him and his family still, and somehow, you two occasionally meet in the middle and do something for the kids. It's the 2 of you working together as a unit, raising the children, teaching them to become independent adults who create their own family units. And again, it's not the exclusion of the family, but if the family is trying to interfere in a negative way, it's not your family first to the exclusion of your partner and your children. That's not healthy. I find myself being rude to my boyfriend even though he's trying to be there for me. What do? You got to fix that shit, because that is shit that you need to fix. You need to stop vomiting on your boyfriend. You need to learn to manage your emotions and manage your behaviors. I just found you. Oh my gosh, I already love you. My love, click that follow button. Click the follow button and then click my picture again, and you're going to get a pop-up in the bottom with a bell. Click on the bell. You're going to get notifications when I come live. I am someone who really values my space, but my husband is very clingy and jealous. I think you're with the wrong person. You're with the wrong person if he can't give you space, right? If he can't give you space to be an individual, that was Charlie. Be an individual, be yourself, have your own time. My books are on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you buy books online. So you need to have a conversation where you say, I love you, and not being with you doesn't mean I love you less, but I need to have time and space to do my interests, to spend time with my friends, to have alone time every now and then. If you can't give that to me, then you need to work on yourself, because I can't stay in a relationship with somebody who doesn't give me space to be myself. And, let them know you are responsible for your emotions. If you feel insecure when I have my own time, that's something you need to work on. That's not something for me to fix. But if you're going to continuously try to make me responsible for your feelings, and your behaviors are you are being controlling, then this relationship is not going to last, and I'm going to outgrow you. So what are you going to do about this? Because I can't fix this for you. Do you know how to differentiate between avoidant and narcissistic tendencies? Let's talk about behaviors and not armchair diagnoses. I don't do labels. I've watched family members go through this, and I'm terrified of falling for a narcissist. So you will not fall for a dysfunctional person or a highly dysfunctional person if you use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Make sure you grab no more assholes, because I teach you how to use a 3 months no kissing dating rule, which means anybody who can't respect the fact that for 3 months you want time and space and boundaries. This is somebody who cares more about themselves than they do about you. That's a person you eliminate. I also give you 12 traits that you need to look for in a person to ensure you are choosing a generous long-term thinker rather than a selfish short-term thinker. Now, this avoidant, avoidant attachment style, these attachment styles, I don't do labels. Y'all carry labels like STDs on your foreheads, and it's like, oh my God, I'm wrong, I'm bad. And it's like an STD, it's like, when do I disclose that I have this dysfunction about myself? I don't do labels. Let's talk about behaviors. Let's focus on behaviors. What are the behaviors you want to change? What are the behaviors that are causing problems in your lives? What are the behaviors that are going to make things better, right? So let's focus on behaviors. And as for getting in the wrong relationship, get no more assholes. Education is key. Knowledge is power. Date with foresight and insight, and understand who you're going to get in a relationship with before you get into a relationship, and let the wrong ones walk away. You have a lot of anxiety, so the first thing I tell you to do is to meditate, because it shrinks your amygdala, which is your brain's fight or flight. This is where stress, fear, and anxiety comes from. So we're going to get you calm. We're going to get you in the right mindset. We're going to get you so confident that you say, hey, I like you and I want to see where this goes, but I have this no kissing for 3 months dating rule because I don't want to rush into a relationship. I need to know somebody before I get into a relationship. And then you see who respects that. And then you observe. I'm a behaviorist, guys. You observe their behavior for 3 months. You look for consistency, for character, for the 12 character traits that I outline in here, and you will choose the right partner. What I love about what I do is the people who come back and say, because of you, I got in the right relationship and he's amazing. Because of you, my current relationship has become so much better because I am with the right partner, but I was doing the wrong things. I love that you guys are enjoying this. How can I move forward from past hurts my ex caused? We're trying to work on our friendship. I would grab a copy of Fix That Shit. This is a book that helps you be functional in relationships. Something I love about this book is I get women coming back and saying, not only is the relationship improving with my partner, it's also improving with my children. So this really is a book that teaches you how to be functional with the people that you are engaging with. And I even get parents who are divorced or separated to use this to co-parent. Wait. You said you're with the right partner but doing the wrong things. Which books helps? Fix That Shit. Fix That Shit. It takes a relationship to zero fighting. How do you tell your partner that you feel unheard and feel that they don't care? So here's the thing. I don't want you to go straight to the communication. I want you to first start with focusing on yourself. Are you practicing enough self-help? Are you practicing enough self-love? Because that can be where the deficiency comes from, not your partner necessarily, but you aren't loving yourself enough, and that is being vomited into the relationship. And when you make your partner the solution for your problems, which they are unequipped to be, by the way, then they start having a feeling of hopelessness and helplessness. And if you are taking your emotions and vomiting them on them, I feel stressed, I feel anxious, I feel unheard, you need to do something, this is a vomit, you're throwing up on their shoes, they're going to step back. And so what you need to do is look at yourself and say, I don't feel calm enough, I need to meditate. I feel too anxious, I need to meditate. I feel depressed, I need to meditate. I need to take vitamin D. I need to take 5-HTP. I need to go for walks. I need to eat healthy foods so that my body makes more serotonin, which is my body's natural happy chemical. And so when you start turning to yourself and you detach your emotional roller coaster from other people's rides, you're not riding their ups and downs, you're evening yourself out despite what they're doing. Now you have less to talk about. And that space that you weren't vomiting into, saying, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, you're not paying enough attention to me, you're not hearing me, all of this space that is not being vomited into is now empty, and it can be filled with goodness. And now you start creating a healthy relationship that is more positive than negative. So if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to take a step back and start focusing on yourself for a while and see if you can help yourself feel better before turning to your partner and saying, hey, put the Band-Aid on me because I need it, grab a copy of Fix That Shit. That is the book that's going to help you do that. What do you guys think of that? My boyfriend always says he doesn't trust me and believe me when we fight. Grab a copy of Fix That Shit. First, I would check out No More Assholes, because I think you need to understand if he's a selfish short-term thinker or a generous long-term thinker. If he is a generous long-term thinker, then you dive into Fix That Shit and you repair this relationship because the communication has fallen apart. But if he is a selfish short-term thinker, you dump the motherfucker. You dump him, you let him go, and you start all over again. You use the techniques in here to make sure you get in the right relationship with the right partner, and then you work on those issues. Because if you're with a selfish short-term thinker, it doesn't matter how good you become. It's never good enough. So make sure you're with a generous long-term thinker, and then you work on your triggers. You're welcome. I feel terrible for him having to reassure me again. So what you need to do is write a cheat sheet. You need to take a piece of paper and write down everything they say and do that show you that they love you and are devoted to you. And when you need reassurance, you go to that piece of paper instead of going to your partner. How about guys who say that they don't need marriage and that it's not modern? Do you want marriage? It's irrelevant what they want or what they need. Do you want it? If this is a fundamental value to you, if this is something that you want, then you say, okay, I understand. I'm certainly not going to ask you to do anything that you don't want to do. It's just obvious to me that I'm in the wrong relationship because I want to get married. And then you break up with them. Don't see them anymore. You don't need to bend yourself to them. You find what you want. I'm doing well today, my love. recently decided to stop dating to work on myself. Nothing is working out for me. When, inefficient effort doesn't get you anywhere. So if dating isn't working out for you, you need to grab a copy of No More Assholes, because I teach you how to get yourself in the right mindset. I teach you how to look for the right partner. I teach you how to respond to the right people. And I teach you even how to make your dating profile. I really kind of, I get you manifesting, because I get you being clear about what it is and what you need, because so many people are like, I'll know it when I see it, right? And that's called confusion. And like attracts like. So if you're confused about what you want because you're not clear about what you want, then you are attracting a confused person. And now the two of you are coming in confused, trying to figure out if this is right for you. My boyfriend was single for 10 years, doesn't like when I communicate with him. What do I do? I would grab, well, first, is he a selfish short-term thinker or a generous long-term thinker? If he's a generous long-term thinker, the communication style you're using is likely putting him on the defensive, which is why he doesn't like it. So you do need to enhance your communication, but it does start with you, because basically enhanced communication is where you are efficient with your communication, which means you're not communicating things you don't need to communicate. So you do need to start meditating, addressing your own emotions, addressing your own mindset, resisting the impulse to say anything and everything. Before you say anything, you want to think about what you want to say. Is it positive or is it negative? Does it have a solution or not? So there are ways to communicate, but what needs to be communicated. And I do give you the communication tools for what you should be saying, so that you can say them in a way that does not put your partner on a defensive, because a defensive partner doesn't hear a word you're saying. All right. Hello, everybody. Hi. What do you think about guys who don't want marriage? How do you see them? It's just a fundamental value. Everybody can want what they want, right? There's nothing wrong against not wanting kids or wanting kids. There's nothing wrong against wanting marriage or not wanting marriage. Wanting to live somebody or not wanting to live somebody. Some couples are perfectly happy having their own space. So you just need to understand what you want, what is important to you, and not, get in a relationship with somebody and then go, oh, I wanted this, but you don't. Now what do I do? No, dating is about spending 3 months getting to know somebody and having those conversations. No kissing, by the way, during that time. Don't commit to somebody you don't know. And you will if you kiss. And how do I know? Because when you kiss somebody and someone else says, can I take you out? You say, no, I'm seeing someone. So don't commit to someone you don't know. Spend 3 months getting to know them. Have those conversations. What, do you see yourself getting married? Yeah. What kind of timeline do you have? Get the timeline. Don't just say, do you see yourself getting married someday? Right? Find out what their timeline is. Does it match your timeline? Does it match your timeline? Do they want kids? Does that match your timeline? Do they want to buy a house? Does that match your timeline? You're so welcome. What is the perfect age to date? You can start dating at any age, but do not ever let somebody push you past your boundaries. Like, I had boyfriends when I was 14, but I break up after each boyfriend after 3 months, because you get to a certain base, right? I get, okay, I kissed this one. Now I'm nervous about going any further, so I'm gonna stop dating him. So I call him up, break up with him over the phone, poor guys. And then I get another boyfriend, and I get to first base, and I'd be like, okay, I don't want to go any further with this person. Then call him up, break it up with him. So, don't ever let anybody push you beyond your boundaries. My first boyfriend was when I was 10 years old, and we kissed like this. And that's it. And he wanted to kiss longer. And I'm like, no. And no, right? Don't ever let anyone push you beyond your boundaries. Just told my ex no contact until he can level up. I'm very happy for you. That's amazing. Actively working by learning and working on yourself. That's good. Do you have any advice for couples who are living separate for lockdown? Just have a communication schedule. Have a communication schedule. Know when and where and on what platform you guys are going to contact each other. And that way you're not like anxious between communications, because you know when the next one is, and then you keep yourself busy until that time. How do you know when they are the one? It starts with understanding if they're a generous long-term thinker or a selfish short-term thinker. And then are your fundamental values aligned? Do you make each other laugh more than anybody else? Do you think long-distance relationships are healthy? It's difficult, right? It's difficult. You miss them. You can't see them. You can't be with them. So it's up to you guys. It's up to you. I mean, now it's a little bit more common because there's like some distance and some lockdowns going on. But, you know, it's kind of like it is what it is kind of thing for a lot of you guys. It's as healthy as you make it, right? Every relationship is as healthy as you make it. How do I not fall into the same cycle? So in terms of dating and choosing the wrong kind of partner over and over again, you got to do no more assholes. Like I say do because my books are instructional. You need to do no more assholes and break the pattern. Resist your impulses. In order to break a pattern, you need to resist your impulses. But I do make it easy because guys, I'm a social scientist, so sociology, psychology, anthropology, biology. I get you changing your brain structure, which makes the hard things so much easier. My boyfriend constantly talks about his ex-baby mama to the point it's the same stories over and over. Like, have you said anything to him? Have you said... I don't know if you realize this, but I've actually heard this story several times already. Is it negative stories or positive stories? My boyfriend loves me so much. However, I fear him meeting someone better than me. How do I fix this? You take my No More Insecurity course. This is insecurity. If you want to fix your insecurity, it's not a quickie answer, my love. It is my No More Insecurity course. Do you guys have any say in a wedding? Because my ex-girlfriend that broke up with me didn't let me have a say. Here's the thing. A wedding is a woman's fairy tale. And the man's job is to show up, basically. She's been thinking about this probably longer than you have. Our culture has infused her mind with the way flowers should be and the dress should be, right? And she's added her own flavor to all of this. And you wanting to undo what she's been imagining for herself is distressing. So I don't know what kind of say you want to have, but it is common knowledge that the wedding day is her day. So I really highly suggest that when you get in a relationship again, that you follow her lead and help her where she wants help, but don't debate her on the things that she wants on that day. This is your opportunity to give her something. This is a gift. A wedding day is a gift to the woman. If she wants your input, then give it. Well, so fight about it. That's all I can say is fight about it. If that's what you want. If that's what you want, then fight about it. If you're wondering why it's distressing, that's why I'm saying it's distressing. But go ahead and fight about it if that's what you want to do. You could fight all the way up to your wedding and then have her be upset on her wedding day. When thinking about what nice things, right? So it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm here to teach people how to not fight and have peace, and how to use understanding. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. No skin off my back. I haven't had a fight with my husband in 5 years. I think it's awesome. But if you want to fight, with your partner instead of, be generous with them, that's okay. Whatever. Love your haircut. Thank you. No, it doesn't have to be a fight. I've asked my boyfriend to stop speaking about his ex so often, but he won't. Maybe you're not in the right relationship. Right? Maybe you're not in the right relationship. That's a very reasonable request. And he won't stop. So you need to be in a relationship with somebody who's reasonable about reasonable requests. Oh, so the conversation was he wants to be involved in the decision making for the wedding, and his girlfriend, wasn't happy with that, and he was wondering why. And I said, because women imagine wedding days more intensely than men do, and it's a day for some women, Monica, right? Monica on Friends. It's a day that some women have been thinking about for a very long time. And when you try to, for some of those women, when you try to take that away from them and say, not those flowers, these flowers, not this color scheme, that color scheme, it's upsetting to them, because it's like, wait a second, like I had a vision for this one particular day in my life, and I feel like you're trying to steal that away from me. And, my point is, this is a day that you can gift your partner. And if you're unwilling to do that and you want to debate them on everything, you're going to have fights leading up to your wedding. So do you want to choose to fight leading up to your wedding or not? It's up to you. Certainly you want to stay within budget. And if anything is going to be a debate, we stay within budget. But if she wants certain flowers, if she wants certain colors, then I say let her have that. This is something she's been wanting. Let her have that. I feel like there are some men that imagine their wedding day too. Absolutely. That could very well be. So he needs to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't have her own vision for that day, because this is going to be a major clash. Like what's supposed to be the happiest day, the day that you come together in happiness to kick off a more, like even more committed relationship. If you're going to fight leading up to that day because he's holding on to his and she's holding on to hers and nobody wants to give, so be it. You are creating that. And if that's, here's the thing, if that's a fundamental value for you, have that conversation before you commit to a relationship. Have that conversation. By the way, I need to let you know, I have a vision for my wedding day. I've been having this vision ever since for 10 years, I've had this vision of how I want my wedding day. It's important to me to have it this way. They should have that conversation. Every fundamental value should be put on the table before there's a commitment, because otherwise you get into a relationship with somebody and then you clash over your fundamental values. How my wedding day is going to look, whether or not I want children, when I want to buy a house, where I want to travel in the world, when I want to get married. Those fundamental values need to be spoken before a committed relationship happens. If I want a partner to share my religion with me, all of the fundamental values need to be communicated. This is why you use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. These 3 months are opportunities for conversations, because you know what you're like, when you're not kissing, when your mouth is not occupied, you are talking about yourself, about your dreams, about your goals, about your wants, about your desires, about who you are as a human being. We talked about our kids, our future, our entire life, and now all I want is to live that. That's so beautiful. No kids for 3 months, that's right. Don't go blindly into a relationship. Do not go blindly into a relationship and then go, hope we align. Don't do that. It doesn't make sense. I do help married couples. Meditation does help with insecurity. I have 6 weeks to save my 10-year marriage, and I'd love your input. My love, go to my bio, click on the link tree, click on the one-on-one button, go purchase your sessions. If you have 6 weeks to save your marriage, here's the thing. I do couples counseling all the time, but I just need one person. I just need one person to show up. Like, if only you show up, I can help you with your relationship. So why do I recommend 3 months for the no kissing for 3 months dating rule? Because the honeymoon period lasts for 3 months. And what that means is that when you come together, there is a hiking up of the chemicals in your body. Now, if you add the kiss chemical to that heightening, you blow it through the roof and you lose your mind. You don't see the red flags. You think you know everything you need to know. Okay, so somebody just, I guess, can't handle shit. So, yeah, so if you introduce the kiss chemical, then you think you know everything you need to know, because that's what that chemical does to your brain. It tells your brain you've completed a vetting process. So don't add the kiss chemical until you've actually vetted this person and learn who they are. Hello from Montreal. My man and I do not kiss. Is kissing important? I really recommend kissing twice a day. Like, when you are in your relationship, you really should be treating your partner like your partner, not like a coworker, not like a roommate. So making out, like a kiss that's a minimum of 5 seconds, at least twice a day. So at the goodbye and at the hello, is really going to keep your relationship much more intimate and closer. It really does. It makes you happy because there's some chemicals in that kiss. When you kiss at least 5 seconds, there's a part of that chemical that's an aphrodisiac. There's a part of that chemical that is an antidepressant. So it really leaves like a lingering good feeling towards each other. Somebody says, after how long would you suggest marriage? So here's my timeline for building up your relationship. No kissing for 3 months. No moving in together for a full year after that first kiss, so that you see how you navigate ups and downs and also how you resolve conflict together. Once you move in together, don't get engaged for another full year. Again, to see how you navigate ups and downs and how you can resolve conflict together. Hello, Joy. Just for anybody who wants to know, you're welcome. If you want to get notified when I come live, make sure you're following me. Yeah, no kissing for 3 months. Make sure you're following me and then press my image, my little picture. You're going to see it pop up at the bottom with a little bell. Click that bell and it'll give you a notification when I come live. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Yes. I love it when a plan comes together. What do you recommend for someone who is antisocial but wants a relationship? Find somebody who either suits your antisocialness or pulls you out of your shell a little bit because, oh, I just order your book, because they're like a little bit more social than you are, and maybe you do want to be with somebody who can help you overcome that. But go online, like do online dating. Go find people online. You don't have to be social. And I mean, online dating is where it's at, you guys, because it's more difficult now to meet people face to face, because like we're hiding our faces. So go ahead, go online. It's perfectly fine. Do you believe people will change? My ex is a pathological liar. Do they change? Everything is possible, but I don't want you to say to yourself, oh, maybe he can change, and keep holding on to that. Don't. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. If they haven't changed, it's because they don't want to change. What do you think about an unaffectionate boyfriend in public? I think that sucks. What do I think? I think that sucks, because my love language is physical affection. I think if you want somebody who's okay with PDAs, get yourself a partner who is okay with PDAs, somebody who shares your desire for affection. When thinking about what nice things your SO does, how long is too long ago for it to not outweigh the bad? It's not about how long, it's what's the scale, right? If it's like a little bit of good and mostly bad, it's not about how long. Do you recommend no dating for a few months? I want to break my dating habits. What can I focus on? You use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. That means you don't have to exclude anybody. You can meet people, you can spend time with them, you can get to know them, but you have a no kissing, no sleepover for 3 months rule, which means they don't overwhelm you. You have space and time to think about who they are. How do you figure out your own love language? There's a quiz online. So go to Google, type in 5 love language quiz, click on images. There's a 30-question quiz. Print that out and do it. My boyfriend treats me how I've always wanted to be treated, but accuses me of talking to others. Then he's not treating you how you want to be treated. He's not. He's being insecure and controlling. So, he's being insecure and controlling, and that's not okay. And he's glossing it over with dinners out and affection and cuddles and saying you're pretty. Don't overlook the insecurity and the controlling behaviors just because there's some icing on top of the pile of poo that he's delivering. So say to him, I love you and I love the goodness that you bring to the relationship, but you need to address your emotions and your behaviors, and you can't vomit on me. And if you need to address your insecurity, which you do because you keep accusing me of things that I don't do, then go take this No More Insecurity course that this girl Canada's dating coach is hosting. And if he doesn't want to do that, if he doesn't want to address himself, if he just wants to continue being insecure and controlling, leave this relationship. We are responsible for our own emotions. We are responsible for our own behaviors. And if he will not take responsibility for his, you are in the wrong relationship, because he makes you the problem for what he's feeling inside. My boyfriend has lied in the past, and over time it's kind of made me lose feelings for him, but I love him. I don't love him, but I do. I don't love him, but I do. How do we get your insecurity course? So for anybody who wants to sign up for the No More Insecurity course, deal with your overthinking, deal with your insecurity, jealousy, anxiety, fear, get that out of your life, make it stop interfering with your life, your emotions, your thought patterns, your behaviors. Go to my bio, click on the link tree. The first button says No More Insecurity Sign Up. The course starts this Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's 2 hours of classroom time. Next Wednesday, it's another 2 hours of classroom time. The Wednesday after that, it's a follow-up. You can choose to show up for it or not. If you're having any trouble with the work that I gave you, and I do give you work because in order for you to overcome this, You need to do things that are going to change how you feel. And you need to do things that are going to help you think differently. If you have any troubles with the work that I give you, come back to the follow-up so that I can help you through whatever is not working. So here's the thing, you guys, I want you to know, this is the last time I'm hosting this course live because I'm turning it into an e-course. This is also the last time it's going to be this expensive, because when I turn it into an e-course, it's going up to $497, and then it's going to be, so $497 lump sum or $690, or $497 lump sum or $97 over 5 or 6 months. We're still figuring that one out. But it won't be in person. It will be more expensive after this time. So if you want to overcome these, now's the time to dive into this. I also package this with my Communication for Couples e-course, so that not only are you learning how to overcome your emotions, you're also learning how to communicate effectively with your partner. This together helps you reduce fights in your relationship. You feel better, you communicate better, he feels better, he communicates better. It's amazing. I'm also going to put this course for you on a YouTube playlist so that you can go back and listen to it, watch it anytime you want to, so you can refresh yourself whenever you need to. Both courses come with a workbook. He attacked with a hammer to my face while I was sleeping. I hope you're not with that person anymore. How to get over someone. You do need to define your next relationship. You need to stop looking backward, and you need to stop telling yourself you're not over them, because the dialogue in your mind creates the life you live. If you really need help, I do suggest you get Comeback Queen. This is this is basically a full book on how to move on. This one here. How to move on from your last relationship, how to deal with the pain, how to answer the whys, get the spinning out of your mind. Oh, do-do-do. How to tell him to move out when I'm keeping the apartment and he won't leave. Then you give him an eviction notice, and make it official, right? Like make it official, make it legal. Give him an eviction notice, and and if he won't leave on the eviction day, then you get somebody to come take him out. What was the name of your book again? The one about getting over a breakup is Comeback Queen. Comeback Queen. For any of you guys who are interested, I actually have a quiz in the link tree in my bio. It's super fun. It'll probably take you about 30 seconds to get through. And when you're done taking it, it's like 20 questions that are like yes or no. When you're done taking it, it's going to list all of my books by order of which is most important to you based on how you answer those questions. It even shows you by percentage point, which is it's super cute, you guys. How do you become more confident? Come take my No More Insecurity course. Yeah, because the opposite of insecurity is confidence. I also teach you how to be more confident in No More Assholes. Because you need to be confident in order to get into the right relationship. Selfish short-term thinkers want you to lack confidence because that makes you more controllable. Generous long-term thinkers want you to be confident because they are confident, and like attracts like. Boyfriend and I talking again after 2 months as friends because he said we spent too much time together. Don't get into bed. Don't kiss him. Why did my boyfriend try so hard for the first 3 years and now he's almost given up on himself? I don't know, my love. I'd have to, thank you. I'd have to get into a session with you and ask a bunch of questions to decode that. How do you tell your friend with benefits that you have feelings for them? Will it always, it doesn't always ruin it. It depends if they have feelings for you. If they don't, you know, if they don't, then hey, at least you shot your shot, right? So what you do is you go to them and you say, hey, you know what? Sometimes I think about us in a relationship. What do you think? See what they say. What's the biggest red flags? If you're dating somebody who can't wait 3 months for a first kiss, it's that simple. If you bring up the no kissing for 3 months dating rule, thank you, love, rumor. If you bring up the no kissing for 3 months dating rule and like, no, I can't wait 3 months for a first kiss, or they're like, why? Like, that's crazy. I never heard, that's so stupid. That's ridiculous. Anybody who wants to do that is so damaged, and they try to make you feel like shit for wanting to use that rule. Massive red flag. Forget about it. Nope. Because that's somebody who doesn't care about you or who you are. How do I find someone like you to help my relationship? Well, you can just use me to help your relationship. I do couples counseling all the time. How do you stop being anxious attached? So let's not do labels. Listen, when you guys Google your symptoms, you're dying, right? Like, you're just so messed up and you're falling apart. Don't Google your symptoms, you guys. Focus on behaviors. What are the behaviors? What is the behavior that you want to change? And then, you know, then we give you the behavior that's going to turn your situation around. But I'm not putting a label on you, because you as a human being are not wrong as a human being. You simply may not know the behaviors that will give you the outcome that you want. I would love to do that. My boyfriend's seriously depressed, even though he has everything he wanted. Yes, my love. Book a coaching session. Go to my bio, click on the link tree. There's a button that says one-on-one. Click on that. It's going to take you to a page. You pre-purchase your session, and then I send you an email with my next available dates and times. You pick the one that works for you. We book you in. I give you a call. It's going to be on FaceTime voice or WhatsApp voice for your session. You can choose a video session or a call session. It's up to you. My partner won't give me any affection or attention. I can ask without an explosive response. My love, you need to leave that relationship. That should not be your partner. You're welcome. What behavior would change being anxious in my relationship? So meditation reduces anxiety, because meditation shrinks your amygdala, which is your stress, fear, and anxiety response. When you shrink that part of your brain, you shrink your physical capacity to feel those emotions. But if you feel like an overwhelming amount of anxiety and it's vomiting itself into your relationship, you're doing all these dysfunctional behaviors, I really do suggest you sign up for my No More Insecurity course. How do you get the spark back in a relationship? Make out twice a day. It's a kiss that lasts a minimum of 5 seconds, minimum twice a day. How do I put your post notifications on? So make sure you're following me. So click the follow button if you're not following yet, and then click my picture again. You're going to see a pop-up from the bottom. There's going to be a bell in the bottom right-hand corner. Click on that bell. You'll get a notification when I go live. Yeah, and if you're trying to figure out when you should make out with your partner twice a day, make it at the goodbye and make it at the hello. I just follow this dad and daughter duo. They're so adorable. They dance. He's so cute. I love his TikToks. She's like 10, 11 years old. Like, it's so awesome. If you don't see your partner every day, then make out when you see them. How do I stop fighting with my boyfriend of 5 years? Everything we talk, you can get to 0 fighting in your relationship by doing what is in Fix That Shit. So this is Fix That Shit right here. 50 chapters. Every single chapter is something you can do differently in order to heal your relationship, heal your emotions, change your behaviors, turn things around, get the communication happening on a better level. How do I deal with my unforgivable obsession with... I really don't know, my love. Most of your advice seems like man bashing. You mentioned couples counseling, books for guys. Guys, is that the impression you get, that most of my advice seems like man bashing? I love Fix That Shit. I mean, if you think most of my advice is man bashing, I don't even know why you're asking for a book recommendation, because if that's the stance I have, any book recommendation I have would be man bashing, right? Aww. I love this. I don't have a mom, but you give me serious, safe space mom vibes. Thank you, my love. How do you get a narcissist to confess cheating when it's in black and white? If it's in black and white, you don't need the confession. Just act on it and dump the motherfucker. First of all, you think he's a narcissist. Second of all, you know he's cheating. Dump the motherfucker. There doesn't need to be a discussion. How do I change my codependent behavior? So codependency is what happens when you make your partner your purpose. Your relationship is your purpose. And when you are not with your partner, you lack purpose. And that's codependency. So what you need to do is make your purpose, and your partner is the icing on your cake. We've been distracted from our purpose because going to school basically pulled us away from that, because we got a credit card that said, okay, you're good at this, but you really suck at that. So make sure you spend more time and focus and energy getting better at what you're not good at and forget what you are good at. So I'm not surprised that a lot of people don't even know what their purpose is. And so that's why they make their relationship their purpose, because it's like you have a need to have a purpose. And if you've been driven away from what it was, now you're lost, right? So grab a copy of Custom Made. This is the book that helps you rediscover what your purpose is. At the end of every chapter, you will be working. I ask you questions. Like, I really direct your thought patterns. I teach you every single chapter. I teach you something, and then I direct your thought patterns and get you thinking deep into yourself. So I'm going to get you realizing what your purpose is, and then what I help you do is actually focus that purpose, so that people see that you have a talent that they need, and they come to you and they go, let me pay you for this because I need this in my life. And this paves the way to getting paid for doing what you love. And we should all be getting paid for doing what we love. How do we fight less in a relationship? So that is a process. So the process is addressing your own emotions, managing your own emotions, resisting the impulse to vomit into your relationship, understanding gender differences, and having the right communication tools and skills. That is exactly what I teach you in Fix That Shit. If you want to fight less, and by the way, you can get to 0 fighting in your relationship. I get you there with Fix That Shit if you are with a generous long-term partner who loves you. If you're with the wrong person, grab no more, like dump the motherfucker, grab no more assholes, and then do what's and fix that shit. Thank you, my loves. I wish, so when I save these lives and I put them up on YouTube, which I do for some of them, unfortunately, it doesn't show the comments. I really want TikTok to address that and show the comments as well, because you guys are so awesome. And I wish that showed up in the YouTube videos when I repost them. You can learn all this information on YouTube for free. Like I'm saying it for free? Yeah, absolutely. You can learn all this information for free, my love. I have 3,000 TikToks. I have 80 some blog posts. I have a ton of YouTube videos, all of it for free. I have a podcast with a ton of podcast episodes. You can learn all of it for free from me. But if you want the condensed version, so you don't root around for it, pay $9 for an ebook. Convenience has value. Convenience has value. I just came from the video you stitched regarding the guy wanting your time talking versus men. Awesome. Wasting your time talking. Oh, yeah, versus men. What'd you think of it? Hi, Queen. It's, oh, I love you. Just want to say hi. Hello back, my love. What's the book called? The one that helps you find your purpose, Custom Made. The one that helps you get to zero fighting is Fix That Shit. Will reading Fix That Shit help you realize you're with the wrong person? No More Assholes helps you better understand the person that you're with, because there are 12 character traits that help you define if they're a generous long-term thinker or a selfish short-term thinker. So first understand what kind of person you're with, and then do the work if you're with a generous long-term thinker. Are your books written specifically for women? So the relationship ones, like No More Assholes, Fix That Shit, Come Back Queen, After the First Kiss, those are woman to woman, because I'm guiding you down my path. Say Yes to Goodness, Custom Made, Dating 101, those are for whoever. It's not gender specific. The audience is anybody. These are informative books. This is something that's just, it's going to teach you something. But the relationship ones, because my number one relationship rule is it's not fair to ask for anything you're not willing to do first. So because I teach you how to have the relationship that I have, it is woman to woman. Where do I find your podcasts? You will find the link to that in the link tree in my bio. When you did fight, what did you and your hubby do to get back on track? We did not get back on track. We fought for 10 years. My podcast is called My Dating and Relationship Podcast. If you Google my name, if you go Chantal Heide podcast, you're going to see I'm on like a bazillion podcast players. They can apply to LGBTQ relationships in certain senses. Obviously, when I'm talking about like gender specific stuff, like being in a relationship with a man, and so they process 5,000 to 7,000 words a day, you process 20,000 words a day, is going to be different for you, because possibly your partner has as much a female-oriented brain as you do, and so both of you are processing 20,000 words a day. Listen, we know not every brain is in, it can be a male-oriented brain in a female body, right? So the gender differences I talk about, it doesn't necessarily apply to the body, it does apply to the brain. So you may be reading it and seeing that you're with a partner who, even though they're female, they have a male-oriented brain. So you can skew it that way for yourself. I do get people who say that they're in LGBTQ relationships, or they're part of that community, and that my advice does help. But it is like the number one rule of writing is write what you know. And so my books are written towards heterosexual couples because that is what I've experienced. That's the path I've traveled. And so that is what I am talking about. My editor for all my books is a lesbian in Kentucky. And when I first started putting my books out, my information, I did have gay people coming to me and saying, hey, can you write a book for us? And I asked her, and she said, no, you can't. Because you don't know, right? And so I respect her very much. And so I did not even attempt that kind of a book because I value her and what she understands that I don't. I see, it depends on how the reader identifies. Yes, I appreciate you taking time to ask. Absolutely, absolutely. I am here for anybody who needs me. I hold no judgment for anybody. If anything, I fucking love you guys more because you have to be so much stronger. You have to overcome so much more than I ever have to. So, like, you deserve so much goodness. Oh, I gotta plug in my I'm a male. I just started reading Fix That Shit. Awesome. What do you think, my love? What do you think? Oh, we love you. I love you guys. I love you all. What do you think? Nadir, what do you think of Fix That Shit? Nadir's a man reading Fix That Shit. If you want to pick the right man for your next relationship, you have to get no more assholes. Nadir says, I've been listening to your streams. So what do you think about what I say, my friend? So reading Fix That Shit, listening to my streams. What do you think about what I say? I thought I'd read to see what you can help with. Okay. If your man gets moody and takes it out on you, I want you to detach your emotional roller coaster from his ride and not ride his ups and downs. So Nadia says, really insightful. I appreciate that. Thank you. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. Awesome. That's really good. Really, really good. Yeah. We are responsible for our own behaviors, our own emotions. Been going through growth. I hope I help. I hope I help with that. Let's get the music back on. So basically, the way to not ride other people's ups and downs is you take responsibility for your emotions and you accept that other people are responsible for their own. So if he's taking his emotions out on you, then you say that's not fair. Like, don't default to anger and get in it with him. You just say that's not fair. You do need to get into Fix That Shit, because like I say, there's 50 things you need to know in order to achieve a healthy relationship with your partner. This is the quickie answer space, right? If you need in-depth information, it's a book or it's a session. Because I can't take one question and just spend an hour giving you the answer, because it is an hour, right? Because if I get into all of the components and how you need to do all the components, I'm basically teaching a course here. But not everybody is here for the same question. Not everybody has the same problem. So I give you quickie answers. And if I can give you a solution on the spot, then I can. But if it's a process, right? Like finding the right partner is a process. Getting to zero fighting is a process. Dealing with insecurity and overcoming that is a process. So if it's a process, I guide you towards a process that I offer. But if I can give you a quickie answer, I give you the quickie answer. And sometimes the quickie answer is you gotta dump the motherfucker. Sometimes it's gonna be a hard truth. What do I do when in this relationship I'm always the one in the wrong in his family? I didn't think I was wrong for 10 years. My partner was the one who was wrong. And whenever he tried to tell me I was wrong, I would fight him on it. And then I started saying, maybe I shouldn't be using my ego to speak for me. Maybe there is truth in what he's saying when he says, yeah, but you. And maybe I shouldn't reject what he says. Maybe I need to spend some more time thinking about this. Maybe I need to acknowledge that I'm not right. And maybe I need to apologize for what I'm not right about. So when somebody says, what if I'm always wrong? My snap answer isn't, he's a motherfucker and you got to dump him. My answer is there some truth to that? I remember the last almost fight I had with my husband. You guys want to hear a story? Just finished Fix That Shit. Has helped me become a much better partner. Such great advice. Thank you, my love. Go leave a review on Amazon, please. Alyssa, go leave a review on Amazon. Okay, so here's a story about the last almost fight I had with my husband. Now, I'd been meditating. We hadn't had a fight. It'd been about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months at this point. But our brains were still cycling to fight, right? So we were still, I was still making sure we weren't getting into a fight by not giving in when my brain wanted to fight, because fighting was habitual for us by that point, because we've been fighting for 10 years. Just to give you some context here. So Maggie, my standard poodle, is a rescue. I got her when she was 4 months old. I was her third owner. I was the only person who could handle her. She was aggressive when it came to her resources. Food, bones. If you tried to take it, she would, and really like aggressive, try to eat you. And I'd been working on her for several years to take this out of her, because she's intelligent, she's strong, and I'm a dog trainer. I'm equipped to do that. So I did. I'd been working on her on that behavioral problem. I'm in the kitchen. I turn around. My husband's on the floor while Maggie is eating from her bowl, and he's pretending to eat from her bowl, going nom, 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 nom. And he doesn't handle her the way I do. I'm the pack leader in the house, and she tries to put him under her. And it scared me when I saw that, because I knew in a second she could lunge and bite his face. And I went, don't do that, like that. And it was sharp. And he got offended. And he stood up and he was angry. And he said, you don't know everything, Miss Financial Advisor. And it was a blow designed to hurt. Because where that came from was I bought BlackBerry stock and I made some money. And then I bought some more. And I said to my husband, buy the stock. It's going to go up again. Well, it didn't. We both lost money. So when he said that, that's where that came from. And I felt the whoosh. And those of you who are reading Fix That Shit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your ego is a physical sensation. It is a white hot whoosh inside of you. And that is your ego. When you feel that, that is your ego disagreeing with the truth that collided with the truth you want to believe about yourself. And I had an ego whoosh. And what I did was I closed my mouth and I turned away, and I took, and this happened like in a few seconds. I closed my mouth and I turned away, because that's what you do when your ego rises, when it whooshes. Close your mouth. Don't say anything, because you are going to start a fight when you do that. So I closed my mouth, I turned away, and I asked myself this very important question. What was the truth? What was the truth behind what he just said? Because the reason why you felt a whoosh was because there's some truth behind it. It's a disagreement, your ego to the truth. What was the truth behind what he just said? And then the answer was, he's right. I'm not a good financial advisor. So then I turned back to him and I said, you're right, baby. I'm not a good financial advisor. And I'm sorry that you lost money. And then I turned back to cooking the eggs. And you know what he did? He immediately de-escalated. And he came to me and he said, I'm sorry, baby. I shouldn't have said that. Can somebody tell me why I got into that story? Oh, when your partners, when somebody comes to me and says, my partner is always right. He's always right. So I'm not going to take the stance that you're never wrong when somebody says that to me, because maybe you are rejecting some truths. Which do you think is more damaging, long distance or break for a year? It's up to you, my love. It is up to you. Everybody is different. Everybody has a different capability. I have high anxiety attachment. I don't know what to do. I have a No More Insecurity course if you want to overcome that. I want all the books for Christmas. I always get defensive when they call me out. Fix That Shit is going to help you fix that shit. Absolutely. Because I get you calming your emotions. He kept liking girls' pics, but now he promises he won't. Should I believe him after he's done it so many times? Well, he says he won't. So is he still doing it? Does he continue to do it? That's what you're going to look for, right? He says he's not going to do it anymore. Is he keeping his word or not? What music do you recommend for less stress? So I have a Let's Meditate playlist on my YouTube channel. You guys can find my YouTube channel by going to my bio, clicking on the link tree. You're going to see there's a link to my YouTube channel. Head over there. Go to my Let's Meditate playlist. There's a bunch of meditation tracks on there. If you don't know where to start with track number 2 and wear headphones and start listening to that. What do you do when you're trying to fix a past relationship but they're unsure if they want it? Then you move on. Don't try to fix something with somebody who's unwilling to fix it with you. Why, as a first-time mother to a little girl, how do I keep from being overly protective? Mama Bear! Mama Bear, that's the reason why I didn't have, well, okay, one of the reasons why I didn't have kids, because I would bubble wrap. It is hard. It is absolutely hard to deal with that emotion of, this is breakable. This is so tender. This is so breakable. Please don't hurt this baby that I just made. Meditation will help calm your emotions and resist the impulse to be so controlling. I would grab Fix That Shit too, my love. I would absolutely grab Fix That Shit. This is going to help you be a better wife, a better parent, a better partner, a better human. Absolutely grab a copy of Fix That Shit. He says that he wants, if he wants to, but he's scared, then say, okay, then let's get Fix That Shit and let's deal with this. Is it possible to trust again after lying and cheating? It is possible. Everything is possible. My partner asks for my phone every time he gets home from work, and I don't know why he's so insecure. Is he insecure or is he controlling? Is he insecure or is he controlling? It doesn't matter. This is not the right relationship for you. This is too much. This is too much. And I really suggest you get out of this relationship. It is unhealthy that he wants to check your phone every time he gets home. That is super unhealthy. Are you with a partner or are you with a parent? You're not with a partner. You're with somebody who's trying to control you. Get out of this relationship. Everybody knows how unhealthy that is. And the fact that you stay gives him even more control over you. Don't stay in that relationship, my love. Get out of it. I keep feeling so irritable around him. We've had so many arguments. It's exhausting. Yes, indeed, I understand, my love. My husband and I fought for 10 years straight. Fix that shit. Do what is in that book. It is not a quick answer. It is a process. You need to do what is in that book if you want to fix and address this. If I know someone who's been cheated on, should I tell them? Even if they don't know me? Absolutely. I think everybody deserves to know when their physical health is being compromised by somebody who is compromising it. Because that person thinks they're in a monogamous relationship. They think their sexual health is safe. They think their physical health is safe because they think they know who they are being intimate with, and that their physical intimacy is not being compromised by an STD. So this person is at risk of getting an STD because that guy is doing someone else, and who is that person doing, and who are those people doing, right? So I would absolutely tell them. What makes a man be so quiet? I don't know what makes your man so quiet, my love. Men process less words than we do. They think and they do. They don't, like a good man is doing. He's not saying, he's doing. So men process about 5,000 to 7,000 words a day. Women process about 20,000 words a day. They don't communicate the same way we do. Mm-hmm. Guys, if you want to make sure you get a notification when I go live, be sure you click the follow button and then click my picture again. You're going to have a pop-up at the bottom, and then there's a bell in the bottom right-hand corner. Click on that and you'll get notified when I go live. Me being a man in this live. What do you think, Martin? What do you think about what you're hearing? Thank you for the compliment on my hair. You're so welcome, you guys. What do you think, Martin? What book would you recommend for self-love? All of them. All of them. Because in order to have a healthy relationship, thank you, Martin says, I think your tips are awesome. What was I saying? Recommend for self-love. Yes, all of my books help you with self-love because self-love is key to having a healthy relationship. Talking to a new guy and introduced the no kissing for 3 months rule, and he agreed. I'm surprised. Don't be surprised. My people, do not be surprised that a good man is okay with the no kissing for 3 months dating rule, because a man who's looking for a relationship is looking for the right partner. He is vetting. If you get intimate too quickly, he goes, well, that was nice, but I'm still looking for the right partner. And you just showed me that you're not vetting. I'm looking for the person who's smart enough to vet as well. I'm looking for the person who's looking for me, not somebody who's looking for somebody, right? And so when you use the no kissing for 3 months dating rule, you are speaking their language, because it doesn't matter how quickly you kiss. It doesn't matter how quickly you have sex. In fact, it can turn them off if you have sex too quickly. What matters for somebody who's looking for a relationship, for a man who's looking for a partner, somebody who's going to build a life with, what matters to him is that you are compatible, is that you have the same goals, is that, like attracts like, you are like them, therefore you can understand them. So kissing doesn't change that for them. The chemical in a kiss doesn't alter a man's thought patterns the way it alters a female's thought patterns. Our reproductive cycles are different. A man's reproductive cycle is 24/7. A woman's is a couple days a month. And the reason being is because she is supposed to vet. So when she's in mate seeking, like in the mate seeking process, and she's using a no kissing for 3 months dating rule because she's observing behavior before choosing a partner, she's being natural. So keep that in mind, you guys. Don't be surprised that this rule eliminates the selfish short-term thinkers and keeps the generous long-term thinkers looking for a relationship intrigued and interested and plugged in. I'm really in need of a relationship. Need your information. I got books. I do coaching sessions. Or you can binge watch my TikToks. Ton of information in my TikToks. I really make it a point, you guys, to not be repetitive in my TikToks. Binging my TikToks can teach you a lot. Thank you, Queen. I love you too, my love. Thoughts on the theory that men can't truly be friends with women they find attractive? They can be friends. It's just it's a conscious choice to not physically pursue them, that's all. Do I need to break up with my boyfriend in order to work on myself? No, a relationship is a great place to grow. If you want to work on yourself in your relationship, you gotta fix that shit, because that's what I teach you. Fix that shit is working on yourself, because if you don't elevate yourself, how can you elevate your relationship with your partner? So it is self-love. It is working on yourself. It's 100% working on yourself. Fix that shit is about unpacking the emotional baggage you brought into the relationship so that you stop vomiting it into the relationship, and then giving your partner space to unpack their own baggage so they stop vomiting into the relationship. And now both of you have healed together. My husband and I have healed together. We have not had a fight in 5 years because we are good. We're good. We're good. We're not perfect. We have our moments and we take turns being the pillar of support. And that's what a relationship is. It's accepting an imperfect person who is behaving the way they should be now. How do you know if it's worth fixing? Well, you got to find out if it's a selfish short-term thinker or a generous long-term thinker. So grab no more assholes if you don't know. If he is a generous long-term thinker, he makes you laugh more than anybody else. He's loyal and devoted. He's hardworking. He practices the 3 Ps: protect, profess, provide. Grab, fix that shit, and fix that shit. That's surprising to me. Me and him don't really fight, though, like, ever. That's okay. That's okay. It's good to not fight. Me and my husband don't fight ever. No, my books aren't in any language other than English right now. They will be in multiple language eventually. Almost never makes me laugh. What's the goodness in your relationship? Custom made and fix that shit. Changed my life. You are magic. Scowly, have you left a Amazon review? Who here has read any of my books but has not left an Amazon review yet? Say me. Profess is I don't hide you. If I post on social media, you're included in my posts. I bring you to my friends. I bring you to my family. I don't hide you from my life. Is there anybody here who's read any of my books but has not left a review on Amazon yet? Yeah, my books do work for men. They do. Actually, there was a man previously on this feed who said that he's been watching my lives and he got Fix That Shit and he's reading it and he's enjoying it. Still working through them. I'll review once I'm finished. Yes, I love that. You know, if it's important to me that my man makes me laugh, that's one of the qualities I really appreciate in my relationship. If it's not important for you, that's okay. It's kind of like a love language. Like, my love language is words of affirmation. My husband is not a words of affirmation person, so I just go get my words of affirmation from other sources. So you can be perfectly fine getting certain components from people outside your relationship. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yes, if you want to know which book of mine is right for you, go take the quiz in my bio. It's super cute, super fun, super fast, and it's going to list all my books and show you by percentage points which one is appropriate for helping you. How much time? Yeah, I do believe in timelines. How much time before making it official, meeting friends, parents, moving in? So during the no kissing for 3 months dating rule, you should be meeting his important people, because don't just take his word for it. that I'm a good person, I'm a good friend, I'm a good son. Don't just take his word for it. If he's not introducing you to his people, then you don't know for sure. You need to meet his people. You need to see what they say about him. You need to see how they appreciate him. You need to see how he interacts with his people. You need to look at those relationships, how long they last for, how close they are, how they treat each other. And if he's not showing you his people during that 3-month period, don't get in a relationship with a stranger. Don't kiss a stranger. If he needs more time to introduce you to his people, that's fine. That's a longer period to get to that kiss. That's all, right? If it's like, I don't introduce my friends to someone till I've known them for 6 months, perfect. Then let's extend our kiss date. Do not kiss somebody you don't know. Don't kiss somebody you don't know, guys. Come on. Don't kiss somebody you don't know. So, meet their friends, meet their family, go to the dog park with them. If you can't be friends before you become lovers, if they refuse to bring you into their life as a friend before insisting you become lovers, he got to go. He got to go. He's not the right one for you. No, not one bit. Not one bit. So after that first kiss, let's say, during those 3 months, you met his people, you know who he is, you guys have developed something, you have that kiss at 3 months, then it's a full year before moving in together, and then it's a full year again before getting engaged. Guys, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go get some work done. Doing schooling while listening to your advice. That's awesome. I just uploaded a new podcast. This one is with Dr. G. He is a psychologist. He's a professor. He's a psychology professor at a university, and he actually teaches the psychology students how to do their sessions. So that's a really interesting podcast. It's also up on my YouTube channel if you want to go watch that. And I just did another episode with Phil Eagle, if you guys like him. So go listen to that. I love you guys. I will see you soon. I'll be back. I'll be back. Go leave a review on Google Reviews if you guys want to give me some love. Type Canada's Dating Coach Google Reviews in Google, and then say something if I help you with my videos and my TikToks. Okay? I love you guys.